Today's Saturday, and it's been a crazy, crazy week for me. On Monday, YouTube launched their 5-year celebration, and one of the people they featured was me, which is kind of cool. I'm assuming you've already seen it. If you haven't, you can find it. Anyway, so that I got so many hits. That was awesome. Thank you so much. I'm going to try to get back to everyone who wrote to me. There were some really amazing stories on there of people like 12-year-old kid who wanted to give his bone marrow to me, which I thought was really cool. Lots of really amazing stories from other people who have gone through myeloma with family members or themselves. Just amazing stuff. I am overwhelmed by the amount of support that I've gotten, and that's really cool. Strangers from around the world saying that they're going to donate bone marrow, which I think is just such a cool thing. I'm going to try to keep these videos a lot shorter these days and post a lot more of them, so if I don't ramble on, that's why. So for me, it was doubly crazy because I had this YouTube thing going on, and literally the night that before all that stuff was happening, I wasn't really feeling well, and I got this fever, and throughout the night it was 101, 102. Doctor said, I called in the morning. The doctor said I should go to the emergency room because I've started this new chemo regimen last week, well, a couple weeks ago. It's Cytoxin and Velcade and Decadron, and there are things where your white blood count can go down, and if you get a fever when your white blood count is way down, it's called neutropenic fever, and a lot of bad things can happen with neutropenic fever. So I went to the ER, and the fever had broken, and there was no big deal, so they sent me home, and I felt fine anyway, so I didn't care. But I came home that day, and I just immediately went on the couch because I was so tired. I got the chills, so I covered myself with the blankets, and I was just like so cold, and I slept for like 5 hours. The dog started going crazy, and she wouldn't stop, running around until I woke up. And I woke up, and something had hit me again. I took my temperature, and it was 104. So that was bad. We waited till the next morning. The fever was still going strong at 104.5. I could barely walk. I was a miserable wreck. We had to go back to the ER. They admitted me this time, and I stayed for a couple of days, and the fever broke, and they sent me home. Fine, no big deal. Of course, I come home, and we go to bed, and I wake up in a panic 2 hours later. This is like on day 5 or something. Yesterday, I can't even keep track of the days now. And I wake up in a panic, and it's like I'm so cold and I'm sweaty and I don't know what's happening. I take my temperature, and now my temperature is 96. So I don't know what the hell happened. My temperature plummeted. I thought I was getting like hypothermia, which sometimes can happen with really severe infections, and I just lost it, and we had to go back to the emergency room yet again, the 3rd time. That's after I'd already been admitted to the hospital and stayed there a couple of days, and then been in the ER and then sent home. So it was insane. We basically spent the night there. Jenny's been like sleeping on chairs and on blankets, like on like trash bins and shit. I don't know how to explain it. It was like a laundry bin, and she stuck her head on it like that. But it's just been a crazy week. I'm trying to feel better. I'm not completely full strength. I just gotta chill out a few more days. But man, that fever scared the absolute bejesus out of me, because I thought, wow, I'm not gonna make it to my transplant. But I had a bit of a little mental breakdown because the hospital where I was at, I was sharing a room. We were in the cancer ward, and the family next to me got some really bad news, and they were really upset. And that's what upset me, because it seemed like a little bit of foreshadowing, and it's been a rough week. I need to just chill out and feel good. But that's what's going on right now. Monday I go in the morning and we start the chemo again, and I'm assuming that we're going to continue with this chemo program, and that this was just a fluke fever. They think it was just maybe a viral bronchitis or something, and they say that 70% of the time they never figure out exactly what it is, and that it just clears. So that's what happened to me, and I'm just going to keep plugging along.